So, welcome back again to this final episode of Market Update with Mr. 8 with the one and only Dr. Anand.
Thank you for having me.
Doctor, the next question I would like to ask you is the fact that all of these initiatives and the population growth requires a certain lifestyle that has to be upgraded to attract families to come to Dubai to make it their city of choice among all the global cities around the world. What can we look forward to in Dubai in 2026?
That's what I actually love about. So it's actually a great question, and that's what I love about the vision of the Dubai. It's not expanding only for economy or only for business or only for tax benefits. It's a rounded approach in everything. And you're right. What's the reason a family would want to leave a quality lifestyle that they're already enjoying in some international city and come here? Could it just be tax? Well, no, it has to be a package of everything together. And there are so many initiatives being done to develop and elevate the lifestyle quality in Dubai. And a lot of them you will actually see entering the city this year itself. I think the first thing that you will see in terms of a lifestyle upgrade here is travel. Because one of the things everyone has been talking about has always been the traffic on our roads. And now we've seen again the loop with Elon Musk is entering into its first phase. So you're going to have an underground transport system coming to support the metro with its expansion. We now have taxis, Joby Aviation, which is going to be taking off the air taxis this year, which is literally going to cut travel time down to minutes across the city, zone by zone to start with. So that is one big thing we can look forward to as a lifestyle upgrade where we can reduce the travel time. The second one is interestingly an AI integration and adoption into all government services. That's going ahead full steam this year. The goal of this is to create instant digital experiences on all government transactions. So no more waiting time, no more queuing, no more visiting any of the government offices. Everything is going to become instant, which is an upgrade to the quality of life that we're going to see. The third one that we're going to be seeing here is Etihad Rail. Etihad Rail also kicks off this year, where all the cities of the Emirates are going to be linked within 30 minutes of each other. Now, what this means is a lot of local tourism will be on the rise.
Correct.
So you'll see a lot of people crossing cities. And those who don't have the cars and the licenses, now they can travel with trains. And every time you have railroads that come up, you'll find there is an urbanization that takes place alongside it. So rents tend to go up by 15%. Hotels, holiday stays will come up, amusement parks, malls of the future, gated communities. So we will see a lot of increase on this coming, and this year will be the kickoff for that. The fourth thing that is very interesting is in line with the Urban Master Plan 2040, we're now seeing more and more of the 15-minute smart cities being launched. All the master communities of now are largely 15-minute contained cities. You're going to see more and more of these being brought in as product offering during this year. Now, why this is important in terms of quality of life, the older communities in Dubai were not fully integrated. You still had to leave those communities to go to your workplaces somewhere else.
Absolutely.
Many of them never had malls. They never had the artificial beaches. They never had the parks. They never had schools in them. So all of that now, every single mega community now you're seeing, maybe not every single, but 90% of them are all smart cities. So they're all coming up with smart systems. That's the reason why the Urban Master Plan is going to create this as the number one city in the world. In addition to that, something interesting is being worked on now, delivery systems for lifestyle. So everything now is being locked into a 15-minute delivery timeline, from food to fuel to home doctor visits and even to ATM machines and services. You are going to be seeing ATM machine services available to you in your homes and in your offices in 15 minutes. Mobile ATMs are going to become a reality during this year in Dubai. These are some of the lifestyle upgrades. In addition to this, we can see that the expansion is in overdrive at the Maktoum International Airport, because we are now gearing to move all our airline services there to service the city of the future. So you will see that as a contributor to a massive lifestyle upgrade in Dubai. And one more, which you can look at as a lifestyle upgrade, is we're seeing now a sustainability living scale up. So solar grids, smart grids are coming up all across the city and in the desert around us. And this is important for us because clean energy, healthy, renewable energy is the focus, which is actually will impact health and quality of life. Now, the solar panels are to create and to harness the energy. The smart grids is to actually control the distribution and management of this energy across the city. Maybe an analogy would help here. If you look at the human body, we need energy. So we have the food that we take. The intake of the food is our energy. But then we have a very complicated nervous system that manages, regulates, and transfers this energy to different organs within the body. That's what the smart grids will do. If Dubai becomes that body, one that energy which has been harnessed is now through the smart grid systems going to be regulated in areas based on density, footfall, the people living there, traffic, emergency system. It's all going to be smart managed. So there's a lot that's actually happening, which we can see as upgrades, and many of them are launching this year itself.
Doctor, one question that's on the top of everyone's mind is that with all of this demand and all of this high volume performance on the ground, it does seem that Dubai has become more expensive with prices rising really fast. We have entered 2026 with higher price points than the past couple of years. Is it really worth it for me to invest my money in Dubai at this very moment?
Well, absolutely. The first thing I would like to say is we're not entering with more expensive price points, we are entering with more realistic price points. What do I mean by that? When you compare Dubai to some of the best cities in the world, our prices are still ridiculous. So it's not realistic. We are giving world class cities, world class lifestyles, tax benefits, education, healthcare, safety, premium quality lifestyle communities, and the prices are nowhere close to the other top cities in the world. And that's the reason why, yes, it has gone up. But you have to remember a few years ago, Dubai wasn't known to the world the way it is. The millennial migrations hadn't started coming in. The agendas were not out there. The Dubai of today is not the Dubai of just 5 years ago. So that's the reason why we are seeing year on year increase, and it is going to continue to increase. But prices are increasing in the other cities as well. But let's put it into perspective to see whether Dubai has really it's become expensive because people who do not understand the dynamics of an economy and demand are simply going to do a comparison and say, yeah, but 2 years ago it was this much, 3 years ago, yeah, but 3 years ago that Dubai isn't the Dubai of today. You want to live in the best city in the world, you want the best of everything, but you want the prices of a historical city. So when you even had to compare, and this information is actually from the Knight Frank Wealth Report 2025. Now it's in US dollars because when you're comparing across the world, the dollar is still the comparative standard that's used. If you're looking at $1 million to be invested in property today in the market, according to the Knight Frank Wealth Report, in Tokyo and Miami, you'll get 58 square meters for $1 million. 58 square meters. If you go to Sydney, you'll get 45 square meters. Paris would give you 42 square meters. London and New York would give you 34 square meters. Singapore, 32. Hong Kong would give you 22, and Monaco would give you 19 square meters in $1 million. Dubai will give you 78 square meters. So when you look at the amount of real estate that you can purchase, it is in some cases 4 times more or 3 times more what you could get in any of the other top cities in the world. Bear in mind, we are talking about a larger amount of real estate in a city that is giving you spanking new infrastructure, technology, lifestyle, growth opportunities, and zero taxes on your income at this moment in time. No capital appreciation, no rental yield taxes, very friendly corporate structure, tax structure at 9%, and the lifestyle that people are dreaming to acquire today. So I actually don't think we are expensive. I think we are getting more realistic on our pricing. Don't expect to come to the best city in the world and get cheapest prices. That's not going to happen. That's when someone is not being realistic. If you talk to the millionaires and the billionaires of the world, even serious investors, they do understand demand has to increase price. And that's exactly what we're seeing here in the market. So, in my view, we're getting into realistic pricing. Value pricing is what is happening in Dubai right now.
Thank you, Doctor, for all of your responses. The insights are always super revealing, though provoking and backed with credible reports and data. One final question: what can we look forward to during the next episode of Market Updates with Mr. 8?
Okay, before I tell you what we can look forward to, let me share with you the thinking behind it. You see, we have noticed every year in the market, there have been a lot of resistances and excuses and fears and perceptions that investors have been talking about, and sometimes even the salespeople have been talking about. They have concerns because when they come across people who do not have their data and numbers in place, then obviously they are fed stuff which is not real. Now, every year people talked about correction. There's been no correction for the last 5 years. Every year people talked about oversupply. There's been no oversupply. So that discussion is going to continue this year. They're going to bring it in even more convinced. Okay, it didn't happen last year or the year before. It will definitely happen this year. So it becomes very important that we have able to equip the market, our investors, our homeowners, and the brokers and salespeople in the developers with the right kind of information so that they can actually answer all these questions. I'm sure these last three mini series that we have done will answer a lot of those
For
questions.
sure.
But what we now need to do is we need to deep dive a little bit more into the key agendas that is driving the city. People are not understanding how are we doing it. For example, we smashed the records and we're going to hit 1 trillion 6 years ahead. We already crossed the $1 trillion in the non-oil GDP 5 years ahead of the national investment strategy 2031. So how are we doing this? That was a 26% increase year on year. So the reason we are doing this is because to the people who understand investment and opportunity, they have gone through all these plans. They have understood how the government is put the infrastructure in place to engineer the future of this city. So we will, in the next few episodes, start talking about all these agendas. To start with, in the next episode, I want to address with Mr. 8 on the market updates. I want to be addressing the Dubai Economic Agenda 2033. We still have 6 years more in the agenda because now we're seeing the fruits happening of what was announced in 2033. We're seeing many of those actually taking life with all the new announcements that's been coming out. So we need to understand what really is the Dubai Economic Agenda 2033. We also need to be looking at and understanding what is the Urban Master Plan 2040. We need to understand and deep dive into the National Investment Strategy 2031. We have to understand the future of families in Dubai. Therefore, we will be explaining the Dubai Social Agenda 2033. And because we have families coming in, we want to create future knowledge and knowledge capital that will take our city into the future. We will also look a little bit at the Dubai Education Strategy 2033. So, this rounded approach of the government is very important for everyone to understand. It's just not an economic agenda. There is a social agenda. There is the education agenda. There is an investment strategy, we the UAE 2031. So we need to understand these and the ultimate goal of becoming the best city to live in, which is 2040. How are we actually doing this? So we will start deep diving into all these agendas, which again can be used by salespeople, by the brokers when they present the future of investments in Dubai. And for those investors who are actually going to be watching in and homeowners, they will understand with clarity why exactly the city is able to achieve and why it is drawing the best in the world here. We've already had, if you've been following the news, 10,000 millionaires have already moved last year to Dubai. The combined wealth that followed these were $63 billion, roughly 220 billion dirhams has come in on along with them. We have 9,800 millionaires projected to come in this year as well. 200 of the funds have already started, has set up again. So they handle 1.2 trillion US dollars among themselves. So I think it's very important that we are able to bring clarity on each of these things so that with confidence and not listening to the gossip in the market and the noise, people are able to make their investment decisions with confidence, with clarity, and with complete transparency, knowing that they are investing correctly. Let's not forget, in a previous episode, we did talk about the number one trusted country by governments around the world today. The Edelman Trust Barometer 2026 is the UAE. The number one trusted government in the world today is the UAE. And why they reach that is what we will cover in the next episodes.
Incredible insights from the one and only Dr. Anand. If you enjoyed this episode of Market Updates with Mr. 8, feel free to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone that might find this valuable. This is the end of this episode. Stay tuned for the next shortly.